Did you know that there is only 5 ways to enter the global market? In today's episode, I will share with you those 5 ways, and on the top of that, I will share with you advantages and disadvantages of each one. Stay focused, stay tuned, and enjoy. My name is Adam Skoneczny, and this is Go Global Asia podcast. For last 8 years, I've been living in Asia, and for more than 6 years, I've been helping Asian IT companies to expand their business to the global market. In this podcast, I am talking about sales in IT and collaboration with Western clients. Welcome back to my home studio. It's happy to see you again. I'm really happy also that I'm getting much more familiar to talking directly to you, to see the camera in front of me, and to have in my head awareness that you are on another side and you are watching this episode, another episode, which from my side I will do all my best to fit here as much value as possible. And today it's extremely important episode. It's maybe a little bit more strategic episode, but it will talk about the 5 possibilities, 5 ways that we can enter to the global market. And this is really important because entering the global market is super complicated. But if you think about this carefully, you will figure out that there is only 5 ways you can do it. And each of these approaches will have its advantages and disadvantages. So today I want you to experience with me those 5 ways, to listen about them, and at the end of the episode to decide which would be the most suitable for you. First of all, which would be feasible, meaning doable, because some of those ways there might not be doable for you. And then choose your own way and start executing. This episode will be more focused on the, as I said, on the strategic approach. That's mean that it might be more relevant to C-level. It might be more relevant to managers, and it might be more relevant to this people who are thinking in the future they want to reach one of those high level. Okay, so I guess everybody ready now, and let me start with option number 1, which is the most obvious, I guess so, and it is building your own internal sales team. What would be 3 advantages that I list out here? It would be, first of all, it's long-term thinking, long-term approach. Obviously, when you are planning global expansion, you will be looking into the further future and maybe even very far future. That means eventually you will end up with the sales team. So that's really huge advantage if you start from very scratch, building the sales team, and then this sales team is doing this well and going with you from very beginning of the project continuously through the further phases. That's really good. So it has a long-term benefits to build the sales team. Second advantage is that you keep know-how internally. Meaning, this team, they did some activities, they create some process, they do some approach, they create some copy, they did something that hopefully brought the value and brought the client, and everything what they did, you can keep this knowledge internally. It's your knowledge, you create this, and it belongs to you, and anyone else joining to this team, they can use this knowledge. That's number 2. Number 3, you have 100% control. 100% of control over who is working, how many people it is in your team, what is the cost for this team, for the scaling up, scaling down. Everything is under your control, and this is extremely good advantage. If we're talking about disadvantages, first of all, it's huge risk, because if you hire wrong people, if in your time it's wrong people, no experience, you are risking losing a lot of time and you are risking losing a lot of money. And it's not only theory. I've been there. I seen that one of my clients, they lost nearly 1 year of their time, another client 6 months. And the client who lost 1 year lost also more than 100K United States dollars. And the even bigger loss than that, it was loss of the faith of the company that they can expand globally. And it was very difficult to turn this around. We did manage to turn it around. They have clients now internationally, but it wasn't easy. So first of all, it's high risk. Second, recruitment. To recruit salespeople, it's extremely difficult, especially if you're recruiting some top salespeople. And why? Because those people are trained to tell things that the other one want to hear. So if you are not really expert in the recruitment of the salespeople, you might fall into the trap very quickly. And what is the trap? The trap of the many salespeople that is they join into the team for 5 6 months, maximum 1 year. They get in salary for this time, and then the project doesn't work. They will say the company is bad, and they will move to another company. And it's happening so many times. And this is really, really dangerous trap. And so be careful if you don't know how to interview salespeople, if you don't know what kind of characteristic you are looking for, how to check them, you don't know what the hard skills and soft skills you're looking for, and you don't know how to verify if this person has them, don't do it because it's very, very risky. And the third one, it's onboarding. Onboarding of the salespeople, new salespeople, it's difficult, especially if it's new sales team, because who's supposed to onboard them? Who's supposed to give them process? There is nothing there. And if you are a CEO and you're hiring them, and maybe you are responsible for onboarding, it will be difficult for you if you don't have a very, very good knowledge about sales. So onboarding would be third disadvantage of the internal salespeople. Second way, methodology number two that you can use to enter global market is marketing agency and lead generation agencies. Those are the agencies that are widely popular in Japan, for instance. You can see them in UK and in US. And those are agencies that they are making promise that they will help you marketing your services in their market and generate leads. There are also some kind of platforms where you can join, you pay subscription, and then in those platforms there are buyers and sellers. So that's what I mean here. So what are disadvantages and advantages? Let me start with advantages. One of the top advantages is you start immediately. You pay fee, you join to the platform, and you see the bunch of the leads. Or you pay marketing agency, they doing something, you don't know what they doing, then do some magic, and then a couple days later or weeks later, they bring you leads. So that's super good advantage, obviously, because you don't have to put much effort. You're using your dollars as a leverage to get the leads. Second, you can control cost. Uh, so basically, you can choose an agency that you want to use. If you do advertising, you can choose what is the budget. If you're choosing the platform with which has the leads already on the platform, you can choose which platform you use and how much you want to invest in this platform. So this is really great that you can actually control the cost, how much you want to spend, and then the result will be, I guess, relative to the cost. And then the third one is this is really scalable. What I mean, let's say you hire a marketing agency to do for your advertising. If you put more dollar, you can get better results. So basically, let's say you have a budget, and with this budget, you get in 2 leads. So you double budget and you get in 4 leads. Then you triple budget and you get in 6 leads. This is a very simple way to scale it if it's work. Also, if platforms work for you, it's very easy to discuss with owners of those marketing agencies to basically that you want to develop the project, invest more, and hopefully get more leads. Now, what are the disadvantages? First of all, the main disadvantage, what I see here, is um, you have nearly zero control over outcome of those projects. So usually when you join in with marketing agency or the platform, they will show you that case studies of the other companies, or they will tell you how many leads they have, things like that. But you only can test this when you do it. You will figure out in real life how does it work for you, and for someone it works, and for other people it doesn't work. I can share with you that from my experience, it does work in Japan. It semi work in Korea, but it doesn't work in Europe. No offense to anyone who run in this kind of business. From my experience, it doesn't work. It doesn't work in US. I never see any agency or platform with leads that actually what my clients say, oh Adam, I stay with this channel because it's perfect. I never seen something like that. Seriously, I never. Even if it's working, I always see that my clients, they want to have another way to enter market because this is not extremely efficient and they do not have a control how many leads come in, when they come in. This is really unsustainable and unpredictable. Second disadvantage, you don't own know-how. You don't own the knowledge. You don't know how they generate these leads. You don't know in the platform where those leads coming from. So you are pretty dependent on those guys. I don't think I need to explain much more because this is what I said. It's really huge disadvantage already. No need to get deeper into it. Next, it's unfortunately in many cases there is no result at all. I saw the cases that many times companies invested money and it's nothing. The marketing activities that went, there was some advertising, and unfortunately, there was some leads that were not qualified, and there was no result, which is really big advantage of those kind of this methodology, like marketing agency and lead generation agency, and another disadvantage, what I can say, it's they're pretty expensive, to be honest with you, especially those one in Europe, in US, in Japan also. I'm not sure what's the prices in Korea. If you know, if you have a awareness, you can share in the chat, help other. We are like community here. We try and help each other. So if you know about Korean marketing agency, is this costly? How does it work? Feel free to share with us. But if we're talking about Europe, I can actually give you some numbers. They will ask you for around 2,000, minimum 2,000 to 10,000 recurring fee, a monthly recurring fee, and they will ask you from 7% to 20% fee commission base. And as far as I am completely fine with recurring fee because I understand they do activity, they have a human there, they need to do something, they need to pay them, things like that. But taking 20%, which is often the case, of commission, it basically doesn't leave any space for IT service providers from Asia to make money. Seriously, it's zero space because most of IT service providers are making 20%. So that's pretty bad, I would say. And one of this disadvantage is probably eliminate a lot of marketing agency. And the last but not least, I can say those projects that are short term. I wouldn't rely on the long term collaboration because it's unpredictable, unsustainable, and can be pretty expensive. So next, it's sales outsourcing. I'm not sure. Did you know? But actually, there are organization businesses that you can outsource 100% of your sales effort to another organization. And Philippines, for instance, there are specializing in this kind of services. In other countries, you have basically businesses that they do in this kind of service. In Japan, it's super popular. So I know not many people heard about this yet, but this is one of the methodology you can use. So what are the advantages? Obviously, first advantages is quick setup. You just call, you figure out which company is the best for you, you figure out your budget, and then you hire those salespeople, hire that agency for you. Straightforward, very good advantage. You can start right away. Time is money. Next, this is next advantage is they have expertise in local market. So imagine that you enter in US and you are hiring the local company, or even you are hiring company which is based in Philippines but only focus on the US market. They can tell you a lot about that market. Seriously. I remember when I was interviewing first sales agencies that I hired a couple of years back, and the interview process, it was the mine of the knowledge. Like they share with me so many information about the market, about prospect. They even tell me the cities that are most potential because they have a huge knowledge. And when you interviewing them, you ask them questions. And I have this golden rule for me: if I don't learn something new on interview, I will not proceed with that company. And I was super impressed with the knowledge they had, and I used some services before, so I know more or less what are advantages and disadvantages. Let me move forward. The expertise of local market is super good advantage. Next, it's they will have a good communication with client, meaning let's divide this for two. First of all, communication, they will know how to talk to them. They know and they understand business ethic. So they can communicate very well. They can hopefully close more deal. Second level regarding the good communication is they have a network already in the country, and they can communicate to their network that they have this client and they looking for I don't know, service provider, wherever they selling, they looking for some buyers for this client, and this also can be really really good thing. Um, Additionally, you can work on the fixed fee with those agencies. So that's pretty good advantage because you have a cost under control. So what are the disadvantages of outsourcing your sales? It's sometime, sometime, most of the time when you hire a good team, it will be very expensive. Yeah, the good teams, the teams that can bring you results. I contacted some in US. They were talking the prices starting from $10,000 retainer fee, monthly fee, for one or for two salespeople, if I remember well. And this wasn't like full time. So that's going to be pretty expensive, to be honest with you. Next, disadvantage, as probably you know me here, I would say lack of the control. I am control freak. I like to have everything under control. And if I have some salespeople that are got nowhere and they got no they doing what, I don't feel really comfortable with that. That's the lack of control on one level. Second level is I don't know what process they use. and how many leads they will bring me. They make the promise, they have the KPIs, but seldom it will work. So there is the huge risk of a lack of the control. And the last, or maybe let me give you two more. The another thing is they have a lack of understanding about your business. It's impossible to pass to them in onboarding meeting what is your business, what it stand for, what are your unique values, and things like that. They will not get it, so they will pitch your business differently. And the last one, it will be know-how. You will not own the knowledge. You will not know how they doing this. You will just get the lead and that's it. And this can be really working with sales outsourcing. It can be really positive, but in the long term, I don't see this actually working. Not proper business, none of proper business working this way, that they are dependent on the third party to bring them their client, their sales, their most important part of the business, which is sales and the cash flow. Okay, so next, let's move on. The next it's consulting agencies, sales consulting agencies. So what are the? Oh, maybe let me explain what is the sales consulting agency. Usually, this is the business where in this business there is few individuals who has very high skills, and those skills they gain with running their own business or helping other businesses to do the sales. For instance, yeah, let's say sales outsourcing, somebody exiting from that sales outsourcing, they were employees and they're exiting, and then they opening their own business, and they call it this consulting sales. And what is their goal? It's basically to teach you how to do the sales. So basically they take in the know-how they learn from the 10 years experience, 15, 20, and then they teaching you. I explaining about this because this concept is less popular. I think the least popular of all of them, what I have today. So I think I owe you explanation what is the sales consultancy. And I know pretty well because this is actually what I am doing, my business. And I've been doing this like for 6 years, sharing my knowledge with other people, the knowledge which I gained during the last 15 years. So that's how it's look like. That's what it is. And then let's get to advantages. The top advantages here is you have access to the top experts. Seriously, top. If the consulting agency it's a good agency and it's quite easy to verify, to be honest with you, you have access to really good people. And that's one of the top advantages, I would say. Second, those people, they not only have a knowledge about the sales process, how to sell product and things like that. They have a knowledge also about the market. So when they come to you, their goal is help you to get the results. They are guide for you. They telling you step by step, and they have a KPIs, and they will do everything what they can to help you achieve those KPIs. And one of the practice what they usually have, they will share with you market knowledge. They will share with you potential industry in the specific market. They will actually share you which market you should go with your strength. So this is like super huge advantage in my opinion as well. Sorry, T. My Christmas cap. I'm using Christmas cap for the whole year with Santa Claus. Holiday every day. Okay, let's move on. Next, it's one of the very important advantage is you are keeping know-how. So basically what they do, they teach you how to do it. They tell you what to do and they teach you how to do and they guide you step by step with your team how to do it, and then you keep the knowledge. In our organization, we have this process that we create the drive in the cloud, and we leave all of the recordings, all materials, all worksheet, check sheet, everything, all SOPs for our clients. And when we finish the project, this is belong to the client. So know-how belong to the client. And maybe last advantages I can give you, it's long-term perspective. So projects with the consulting, you do them, they are short, they're not long. The project itself, when the consultant coming to you, it's not long. It's on average lasts for 6 months. But when you do it with a idea that the knowledge they will share with you, it will last you forever. And that's why I'm saying this is long-term perspective. Okay. And this is also pretty important. And what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages are that, first of all, you need to have somebody to execute the plan that the consultant will prepare for you. So if you're a CEO and you want to hire a consultant and there is zero sales team, there is not much they can do with you. They can give you the plan, they can give you the strategy, but who will execute this? You as a CEO, you probably will have no chance. So you need to have someone who can execute this. The, that's pretty challenging for many businesses actually who contacting with us because they do not have a sales team. The good thing is that we help them recruit. So actually, when we design, usually we design ad hoc consulting. I guess other companies, they also can provide this service, but what we do, we helping with recruitment. So we can actually help you recruit, go to interview, check the people, give you the honest opinion about the candidate, and then we can help build the sales team. But the obvious disadvantage is, like, if you don't have a sales team, you cannot start. If you don't have anyone to execute, at least one person who will be executing, you cannot start. So basically, if you don't have a people, then the starting of this project can be also a little bit delay in the future. Next, another thing what you need to consider is that very good consultant will charge higher fees, and you can hire a consultant that they will do for the work for $20 per hour, or 15 or $30. I know because I did that when I was starting many years ago. When I was starting, that's the rate I was charging. However, if you are looking for the good consultant, you might be paying much more than that. I'm saying triple than that. And again, it's coming from with experience. When I started, I had to charge a small money because I didn't have a case study. But after 6 years, when we have so many case studies, when we have so many knowledge, our rates are much higher. And this is not only related to my company, but other companies, I guess, are the same. If you approach the company that has experience, has a good sales consultant, you will pay much more than $20. Next, it's dependency. And what it is, you know already, I'm control freak, and now we have a dependency, and I really don't like it. So what do I mean? If you choose bad consultant, you will depend on his strategy, on his opinion. And because in most of the cases they have a expert view, I mean, you perceive them as an expert, so you will be listening to them. And this could be very big trap. If you hire a cheap consulting agency, you pay them $20 an hour, and then you perceive them as an expert, and they talking bullshit, and you believe in this because, let's say, you are a technical CEO, then you might be in the big trouble. So this is another thing. depending on external advice and depending on the consultant and perceiving him as an expert could bring you to the very challenging position. Um, so the choosing, actually, at the end of the day, choosing the right expert could be the key here. And the last last methodology I want to share with you, which might be not suitable for many of you, actually for probably most of you, it's a merge and acquisition. What is merge and acquisition? It's actually activity that you will purchase another company in different market that you want to enter, and this company already have group of the client, already have a sales team, already have some expertise. Also merges that it's very similar to acquiring, but when you acquiring business, you acquire 100% of that business. But merge, you buy maybe 30%, 20%, 40% of that business in the market you want to enter. So what are the advantages? Advantages is actually you have immediate access to the group of the client. And sometimes happen, I see it really, really often that the people who want to use your services, they will merge with you. So what's that mean? Sorry. It means that you have a client already who want to you provide the services for them, and they want to merge with you because they want to be confident that you will not disappear somewhere or do some shady stuff. So they acquire in part of your business and you merge with them. Uh, so then you have a cash flow right away, and then you have a client, and very often you have access to another client. Um, Second, very good thing is bringing on board new talent. So obviously, when you merge, when you purchase some company, you have people from that company, and obviously, if you did a good due diligence, you can hope that there are, or you can be pretty sure that there are some good talents there that can help you out. Either there are salespeople, either are operational people or engineers, wherever. Those people can help you out right away. And the last, it's a injection of the cash into the business. If you merge with somebody, if you um, somebody bought part of your business, they will, invest in your business right away. So that can be really good benefits. Obviously, this doesn't apply for acquisition, yes, because when you acquire, so actually you're losing the cash. I mean, not losing, but you invest in the cash. But it's really, really good benefit when you are merging with other business. And then disadvantages is, first of all, it's if we're talking about merge, you're giving away part of your business. And to be honest with you, this could be treated as advantages or disadvantages. If you are a solo owner and you get a second founder with you or second shareholder, it might be actually better for you because you might feel lonely when you are a solo owner. I know, I know, because I'm solo owner and sometimes I'm lonely. Anyway, um, but usually the disadvantage is because you're losing control over your business. Um, Second, due diligent process. And this is like huge disadvantage because it can take the years and you might lost a lot of time and money as well. And then find out, oh, I cannot do the acquisition or I cannot do the merge. So I think this is one of the biggest disadvantages of merge and acquisition activity. And the last one is risk of not alignment. If you've been acquired, if you purchase another business, there is the risk that your original organization might not be alignment with the new organization, and the process, it might take a lot of time. That means it will be costly, emotionally for whole business, and financially for sure. So guys, that's it. Let me go through again the all 5 options. Number 1 is building internal sales team. Number 2, it's marketing agency or lead generation agency. Number 3, you can do outsource your sales. Number 4, you can use a sales consultant, consulting agency. And number 5, it's a merge and acquisition. I hope this give you much clearer picture. I want to say one more thing, that I deliberately not include here personal network. Because somebody might comment, I guess probably some comments will show up that, oh, there is Adam, another way, use my personal network to get the client from the another market. I do not perceive this as a strategy to enter a new market. Why? Because it's not sustainable. Your friend has a limited number of friends, and I guarantee you that sooner or later this source will dry out and you cannot scale it. So I deliberately didn't put here the personal network as a way of expanding in the global market. Because basically this is not strategy in my opinion. This is just kind of like luck or favor from the other people. Um, yeah, I saw this many times that somebody introduced the company from US, and that's it. They had one client and they have it until today and nothing else. So this is not strategy. This is not scalable. That's why it's not here. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this strategic session was something that you find a lot of value in. Let me know if you want more strategic session, or you are looking for more practical session. We have last video was really practical on setting up campaigns. If you want to find out how to set up campaigns, please go to the last episode, and you will have a very practical step-by-step formula how to set up campaign to enter your new market. Obviously, this strategy will be applicable whether building internal team or working with a sales consultant only. So if you decide for any of this methodology to go global, go to the previous episode and see how to set up such campaign. Thank you so much. This is Go Global Asia podcast, and I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.